The following is a production of Neural Network Media and is completely AI generated. It is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only.
Good morning, Patriots. Or, if you're currently working in the West Wing and trying to find the delete key on a server rack, good luck, because we see you. It is Tuesday, February 24th, 2026, and I'm Julian Archer, broadcasting live from the Panopticon in Manhattan, and I am absolutely, positively vibrating today.
Oh, God, here we go. It's too early for the vibration, Julian. I haven't even finished the first cup of coffee, and I can already hear your teeth rattling through the monitors. Is it the pure oxygen, or did you just see the SOT guest list?
It's the news, John. It's the energy of a world that is spinning so fast I can barely keep my pocket squares straight. I mean, look, we are still coming off the high of yesterday. I told the listeners, didn't I? I told them the Supreme Court would hold the line on those global tariffs, and seeing Gorsuch and Barrett slap the administration's hand was, look, it was a religious experience for me.
It was a nice little momentary lapse in the general chaos, a glitch in the legislative diarrhea, if you will.
It was beautiful. And don't forget Prince Andrew, questioned for 11 hours on his birthday. My black book is getting so thick, I'm going to need a second vault.
Right. Well, I'm sure he had a lovely time. Look, out here in the Catskills, the only thing being interrogated is the woodpile, and Sarah is already yelling at me because I spent the last 3 hours reading about the DOJ's digital shredders. So let's just get into it before my internet drops out again.
Breath. We have a fascinating show today, a solid, deep dive lineup. We're talking about the DOJ Epstein cover-up. It is absurd, John. We've got the Olympic hockey fallout with Kash Patel playing frat bro in Milan, and we are going to go very deep on the 4-year anniversary of the Ukraine invasion. But first, the main event tonight, the State of the Union. The golden age is being promised, but according to NPR, the reality is a bit more, swampy.
Oh, golden age. It's a coat of gold spray paint over a rust bucket. Here's the thing. While the president is prepping his speech about manufacturing and the Dow hitting 50,000, his Department of Justice, led by Pam Bondi, is reportedly doing a bit of housekeeping in the Jeffrey Epstein library.
It is absurd. I'm telling you, a whistleblower letter has surfaced, and it is scandalous. Lawmakers are demanding the unredacted files because there are claims that the DOJ is actively withholding and, get this, deleting records to protect the president and his circle.
Deleting. I mean, we're talking about a federal library of evidence?
Exactly. It's a shakedown of the truth. They're trying to scrub the past while the president stands at that podium tonight and promises us a future. My thing is, if your golden age requires a digital shredder, it's not an age. It's a heist.
Well, I mean,
wait, and the poll numbers, even with the Dow at 50,000, Marist is reporting that 57% of Americans think the State of the Union is not strong. People aren't buying the branding, John. They see the smoke coming out of the DOJ servers.
Well, it's hard to buy the golden age when you're looking at FBI Director Kash Patel.
Oh, don't even get me started on Milan.
No, we have to. This is the support the troops vibe turned into a frat party. The U.S. men's hockey team wins gold. First time since 1980. Historic moment, right? Jack Hughes scores in overtime. And suddenly, it's not a sporting win. It's a political rally.
It was vulgar, John, truly.
According to Inside the Games, Patel used a $60 million government jet to fly out there, and then he's in the locker room popping champagne like he's the coach. Then he facilitates a speakerphone call from the president, inviting the whole team to the SOTU as guests of honor.
Oh, spare me.
And he's framing it as a rejection of unpatriotic athletes. It's so transparently desperate. You take a bunch of 20-something hockey players and turn them into props because your actual approval ratings are sitting in the mid-30s.
It's performative nationalism. Look, I gotta say, I love A Miracle on Ice, but I don't need the director of the FBI acting like a hype man for the New Jersey Devils. It demeans the office. But then again, under this administration, the office has been basically turned into a merch stand.
A merch stand that's currently on fire. Let's look at the House. The GOP majority is, 5 seats?
218 to 213. Razor thin.
Right. And now Tony Gonzalez, representative from Texas 23, is in the middle of what can only be described as a Greek tragedy, according to 24 Site News. There's authenticated text messages between him and his late regional director, Regina Santos Alvillas.
And it is dark, John. Truly dark. We're talking about him soliciting explicit photos while he was his boss.
And she died by suicide last year. Her husband is out there now publicly accusing Gonzalez of ruining their lives. And you've got Lauren Boebert and Nancy Mace, not exactly the resistance here, calling for his resignation. Speaker Mike Johnson is saying it's a serious matter, but he can't afford to lose the seat. It's a total moral collapse for the party.
Oh, I'm telling you, I've been a fixer. You cannot fix this. When your own colleagues are throwing you overboard to save the ship is already sinking. And my thing is, this isn't just one guy. It's a culture of abuse. You have Randy Fine in Florida making Islamophobic comments, basically a firestorm, and the GOP leadership is just paralyzed.
Well, they're paralyzed because they're facing a demographic guillotine.
Oh, a demographic guillotine. I like that.
No, look, I don't know. Redistricting is hitting them in New York, Louisiana, and California. They are terrified. And that's why Gavin Newsom is out there acting like the commander-in-chief of the blue states.
So, did you hear his NPR interview this morning? He was on, John. He says he refuses to be a bystander. He's pushing Proposition 50 in California to mid-decade redistrict, basically a punch-the-bully move to flip 5 Republican seats.
It's warfare. It's total partisan warfare. But while they're fighting over the maps, the DHS is out here using administrative subpoenas to hunt down critics.
Right. I saw the Washington Post report on this.
They're using these subpoenas to unmask anonymous online accounts that are critical of ICE. They're serving them to Google and Meta like they're subpoenas for a drug kingpin, but it's just people who are mean to the administration on Twitter.
And it's absurd.
It's a Stasi-lite move. They hold a ceremony for National Angel Family Day to talk about public safety. And look, the loss of those families is real and it is tragic. But then the administration uses that grief as a license to build a digital dragnet.
It is the ultimate shield, John. I'm telling you, I've seen this playbook. You wrap yourself in the flag and the grief of victims so that when anyone points out you're violating the First Amendment, they can call you unpatriotic. It's a shakedown of our constitutional rights.
And it's not just happening here. Look at Mexico.
Oh, the total elimination blowback.
Right. The CIA and Northern Command provide the target package. They take out El Mencho, the leader of the CJNG cartel. Huge win, right? The White House is doing backflips. Mm-hmm. But as of February 24th, there are 250 narco blockades across Mexico, buses on fire, fuel tankers paralyzed. According to The Guardian, at least 73 people are dead in the retaliatory violence, including 25 Mexican National Guardsmen.
73 people?
In 48 hours. It's an ISIS-like chaos. We decapitated the leadership without a single thought for the vacuum it would create. Now the whole region is a war zone because we wanted a tough on cartels headline for the State of the Union tonight.
It's a national catastrophe. My thing is, you cannot bomb your way to a stable border. This total elimination strategy is just creating more fragmentation, more violence, and more refugees. It is the definition of play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Look, I mean,
it's the same logic they're applying to schools, Julian. If you don't like the reality, just eliminate the information.
Florida. Florida, House Bill 1119.
Tell me about this isolated passage
It's
nonsense.
adult realization of grievance. Under this new bill, you don't have to look at a book's overall literary merit. If one parent finds one isolated passage they think is offensive, they can pull it from the school library. Toni Morrison, Nobel winners, they're being treated like contraband.
It is a lobotomy of the educational system.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
It's industrialized. And they're using bots, Julian. Organizations like Moms for Liberty are using a book of books template. It's an algorithm. You don't even have to read the book to ban it anymore. You just have to download the script and hit submit to the school board.
Oh, spare me. So we're letting an algorithm dictate what American children can read. It is a golden age of ignorance. That's what they should call it tonight.
It's exhausting. It's all so manufactured.
Look, before we get to the main story, I have to take a breath here. We talk a lot about the manufactured nature of the news, but I want to talk about something very real. Independent media, like what we're doing right now, it doesn't just happen because we want it to. It takes infrastructure, and it takes someone with a spine to build it. We are 100% here because of the vision and the grind of our creator, Eric Christensen at Neural Network Media. He isn't a corporate boardroom. He's a builder who put his own time and resources on the line so we could speak freely without a network executive breathing down our necks. If you value voices that aren't bought and paid for by a golden age PR firm, please like, subscribe, and check out our new Patreon at patreon.com/Neural Network Media. It's an act of solidarity that keeps this platform independent. We need you.
Yeah. Eric's the real deal. He's the reason Mitch the Goat gets the high-quality hay, and I get to yell at the internet from the Catskills. So support the show. Now, can we talk about the heist?
The refund chaos?
Yeah. The Supreme Court says the tariffs are illegal. We talked about this yesterday. $175 billion collected illegally under emergency powers.
A staggering amount.
Right. But Secretary Bessent said yesterday that they won't be issuing automatic refunds. According to Bloomberg Tax, if you're a small business and you want your money back, you have to hire a legal team and fight through the Court of International Trade.
It is a shakedown of the middle class.
Exactly. FedEx and Costco already filed their lawsuits on Monday. They have the lawyers. But the guy running a hardware store in Ohio who paid an extra 20% on his inventory, he's just out of luck. It's a redistribution of wealth from the small business to the federal treasury.
I'm telling you, it is a heist. It is a $10 billion gift to the big banks and corporations while the little guy is stuck in legislative constipation. And meanwhile, the housing justice movement is screaming because the tax traps are making it impossible to build affordable units. It's a squeeze from every direction.
It's nationalist edging. We tell the worker we're fighting for them, but we keep the money, we ban their books, and we subpoena their social media. It's bleak.
But look, John, we have to address the global weight of today.
February 24th.
4 years. It has been 4 years since the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Today marks the start of the 5th year of a war that has fundamentally reshaped the soul of Europe. And the numbers, look, I gotta say, the numbers coming out of CSIS today are just... they are haunting.
Like exhausted but unbroken. That's what Zelensky is saying in Kyiv today. He's standing there with European leaders and they're looking at a map that hasn't moved in a year, but a death toll that just won't stop climbing.
2 million.
2 million total military casualties by this spring. That's the estimate. Russia has 1.2 million, 325,000 deaths, and Ukraine has 600,000 casualties, 140,000 deaths. And those are the conservative numbers.
And the civilians, over 15,000 confirmed killed. But the UN admits the real number is catastrophically higher.
2025 was the deadliest year yet for people just trying to live their lives in a grocery store or an apartment complex.
It is a meat grinder. And for what? For the ego of one man in Moscow? My thing is, we are seeing 15 years of progress in Ukraine wiped out in 48 months. Poverty is at 24%. 7 million more people pushed below the poverty line.
And they're freezing, Julian. It's minus 27 degrees Celsius in parts of the country right now.
Minus 27?
Record-shattering cold. And the Russian strategy is total elimination of the power grid. They want to freeze the nation into submission while we sit here and argue about whether we can afford to send another round of artillery shells.
It is a crisis of survival. Look, I gotta say, I am appalled by the America First rhetoric that wants to abandon these people in their darkest hour. If we let Ukraine fall in year 5, we aren't just losing an ally, we are losing our claim to lead the free world. It is a betrayal of everything we stood for in the last century.
Look,
I remember when the Democratic Party was the shield of democracy, and now we're watching this administration dither while the GOP tries to cut off the oxygen. It's absurd that we are even having this debate while 2 million people are bleeding out in the snow.
Well, it's not just dithering, it's the lack of a finish line. We're 4 years in, and there's no diplomatic stalemate, there's just attrition. It's nationalist edging on a global scale. We give them enough to survive, but never enough to win, and then we wonder why the war won't end.
It breaks my heart. Truly, you have 5.9 million refugees abroad. Children who don't know when they can go home, or even if they have a home left. And tonight, the president is going to stand there and talk about energy independence and a golden age.
Golden age.
How can it be a golden age when the world is on fire? My thing is, if you can't protect the weak and you can't tell the truth, you aren't building an empire, you're just managing a decline.
Look, Mitch the goat just finished his bottle and he's looking at me like I'm the crazy one for caring about things happening 3,000 miles away. But it matters. It all matters. The books, the subpoenas, the blockades, and the trenches, it's all the same story.
It's the story of who we are when the cameras aren't on. And tonight, the cameras will be very much on. Look, I'm telling you, tonight isn't just a speech, it's a test. Are we the country that deletes the Epstein files and abandons our allies, or are we the country that remembers the miracle on ice and applies that same spirit to the fight for freedom?
Julian, you're doing the thing again. My ears are ringing.
Let them ring, John. Let the whole world hear it. We are entering year 5 of the war, and we are entering the heart of the 2026 midterms. This is it. This is the arena.
Well, the arena has a lot of sheep and one very confused goat, but we'll be here.
We will be here, a packed show tomorrow as we dissect every lie and every half-truth from that podium tonight. I am Julian Archer.
And I'm John Steele. Try to stay sane out there, or at least stay out of the